Hi ladies, are you ready for today's conversation? Because I'm sure that you can already tell from the title that this is a very important conversation. It's probably going to be one of the shortest videos I'm going to be shooting, but trust me, this is super important. If you're ready for this conversation, make yourself comfortable and stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Priscilla. If it's your first time here, well, welcome. As you can see, there's a lot to learn here. Join the family by clicking on the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell so that you get to be notified anytime I post new videos. I talk about marriage, faith, and one of the things that I'm actually very passionate about is building a very personal and intimate relationship with God, alongside preparing for marriage and also ensuring that you have a beautiful and purposeful marriage. Well, in today's video I want us to talk about love, but you see, not in the way that we usually talk about it. When you say okay, love, then you're thinking relationship. Well, maybe, but I want us to talk about yourself. There are some people who do not love themselves and kind of want love from a man. So they want a man to love them because they believe that if they get a man to love them, then they will feel better. If they get a man to love them, then it will reaffirm who they are. Basically, like it will validate who they are, and it will make them more comfortable. They feel like having a man in their life, a man to love, or a man to love them, is going to change their lives. It's going to make them accept who they are and stuff like that. But does it actually work that way? One of the things that I believe in is, if you do not love yourself first, it will be difficult for you to receive love from a man. Can I say that again? If you do not love yourself first, it will be difficult for you to receive love from a man. Also, if you do not love yourself first, it will be difficult for you to love a man. And that is because you cannot give what you don't have. If you don't love yourself, what are you going to give to someone else? That is why you would see that some people who find it difficult to love on others, it's not really because they want to hurt you. It's something that they have to deal with first of all. So if you do not love yourself and you're thinking, I need a man to love me, it's going to be hard. It's most likely not going to fill the void that you're trying to fill in your heart, because you would realize at the end of the day that you will be pushing that man away, you'll be rejecting him. You will not be in a position to accept the love that he is giving you. Another thing is, you will not be able to love him as well, because do not forget that a relationship has to be a two-sided thing. So if you're looking for a man to love you, you will also have to love him. So if it gets to that point where love is one-sided, you are always waiting for him to fill that void, always waiting for him to love you and all of that, and you are not giving back, you are not pouring back into his love tank, the relationship is not going to be healthy, and it's most likely going to backfire. And even if it gets to the stage of marriage, you are going to have a very unhealthy and problematic marriage. Even the scripture says, love your neighbor as yourself. For me, what that means is that if you do not love yourself, you are going to find it difficult to love your neighbor. True or false? Another thing is, if you do not work on loving yourself first and you go out there trying to find a man to love you, from this state, from this posture, you may end up attracting the wrong man. Or you may end up attracting men who will take advantage of you. And so it's very important that you work on yourself, that you love yourself enough, that you heal, so that you can attract someone who would give you that same value, someone you will be able to receive love from, and someone you'll be also able to love in return. So my question to you today, ladies, is, do you love yourself? For me, loving yourself starts with knowing who you are. and embracing who you are. I know that usually when people talk about self-love, especially for us ladies, when they talk about self-love, they usually just talk about things like taking care of your physical body, taking care of your appearance, ensuring that you look good, making your hair, taking yourself out and treating yourself and stuff like that. But loving yourself starts from the inside. It starts from knowing your identity, who you truly are, not who people say you are, not what you've been conditioned to be or who you've been conditioned to be. Please listen to that very carefully. Because some of you may be saying, oh well, we usually would define love, as I said, by some of these things, but somebody can actually be doing all of these things to cover up the fact that they do not love themselves enough. Somebody may be, trying to do all of these aesthetics and stuff because deep within there is a void that they are trying to fill, and so they are doing all of these things really as a way of covering up and as a way of making them believe that I am worthy, I am beautiful. So loving yourself starts with knowing your identity, knowing who you truly are, and of course this actually has a lot to do with having a relationship with God, because that is where you draw your identity from the one who made you. So do you know who you are, and have you embraced who you are? Some of us know who we are, but we haven't embraced who we are because we are constantly trying to compare ourselves with others or constantly trying to become someone else. So it's important that you know who you are, that you embrace who you are, and of course that includes your physical appearance. That includes your body as well. There are some of us who do not love our bodies. There's probably a part of you that you don't love. You're like, I don't love my eyes. I don't love my waist. Or I wish I had more breast. I wish I had more hips and stuff like that. And so because of those things, you are constantly looking down on yourself. Sis, do you love yourself enough? Because if you do not love yourself enough, this is why some of you actually position yourselves to attract men, because you want them to validate you. You want them to say to you, oh girl, you're beautiful. You're like, really, thank you. And the reason that you also feel down when you do not receive such compliments is because you feel like, why are they not complimenting me? Is it I'm not beautiful? You have to first of all believe that you're beautiful. Do you believe that you're beautiful yourself, or you need someone to tell you that you're beautiful? If somebody tells me I'm beautiful, thank you, but it's something I already know, something I already believe in. I believe I am beautiful because I was wonderfully and fearfully made. So the person telling me that is not actually, it's just, yeah, I know, thank you. I'm appreciating the compliment, but I am not waiting for somebody, I'm not waiting for a man to tell me that I am beautiful before I will believe that I am beautiful. So sis, my message today is simple. Love yourself before you look for a man to love you. And even aside the physical stuff, for my ambitious sisters, loving yourself also goes beyond just having like a good job, or making it, being successful as we define it in the world. There's a huge difference. There are women who are ambitious, and the truth is they are trying to climb the ladder and do all of those things because there's some inner work they haven't done. There's a void they are trying to fill with all of these activities and all of these achievements. So you understand that this message is actually very deep. Look beyond all of this stuff and look within and ask yourself, do I love myself? So that's my message for today, guys. I hope that you have learned something. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Join the family, guys. I have more wholesome and defined content coming up for you, and please be sure to like this if you love the video, if it blessed you, even if you learned just one thing from it. Please like it. It makes me know that I'm communicating, that you are getting it. And also, as I always say, go ahead and share this with someone, because you never know who needs to hear this message. Until next time, stay well, guys. I will talk to you in the next video. Au revoir.